After years of negotiations between the Vatican and the Society of St. Pius X, both sides still haven't reached an agreement, but progress has been made. In mid-July, the Traditionalist group laid out its conditions to fully integrate itself back in the Church. Up until recently, there was no real consensus among Lefebvrists on whether or not they should join the Church, and if so, under what conditions. But all that changed during the group's General Chapter meeting. Even though they still haven't reached an agreement with the Vatican, they have agreed that they're open to further negotiations under one united voice. Another point is that they've made public their conditions for rejoining, which is something that before was only known by the negotiating team. The Society's Secretary General, Priest Christian Thouvenot, has issued a letter to all its members with the conditions. There, he lays out the 3 essential conditions that must be met to be in full communion with Rome. Aside from that, there are also 3 other points that are negotiable, legal, and administrative. In fact, 2 of the conditions, for the most part, have already been met. For example, the Vatican must assure that Lefebvrists will always have their own bishop. Then, among them, the liturgy and the sacraments will have to be celebrated as they were before the Second Vatican Council. The third point is perhaps the most ambiguous. They request that they be protectors of the doctrine and of the tradition of the Church. That includes the possibility of publicly criticizing whatever they consider wrong, whether it be liberalism, modernism, or the Second Vatican Council. In that letter, they also recognize that Rome has set aside several misunderstandings. It also mentions that their superior, Bernard Fillet, thanks the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith for making its position clear. Doing so, states the letter, makes both groups open to discussion, and it also avoids hurtful and at times inaccurate judgments.